teacher in charge today, and this is your Algebra 1/2 math lesson. So I hope you like it, and let's start. So today we're seeing lesson 65, which is the square root. We're going to start with square root, and then we're gonna go with the next topic. So square roots. So I don't know if you have heard about square roots, but I mean, by hearing the number, you know that when we talk square, for example, number square, until we're saying that it's himself multiplied. 4 times 4, so it will equal 6. Well, square roots are the same thing but backwards. For example, you see the 36. So you think a number that multiplied by itself give you 36? Yeah. So 6 times 6 will give you 36. So the square root of 36 is 6. Let's go another number, 64. You can imagine a number that multiplied by itself give you 64. 8. 8. 8 equals 64. And this means that the square root is 8. Now we go with 49. So here is the same thing. So a number 7 times 7 equals 49. So the square root is 7. So practically it's the same thing. 10 times 10 equals 100. This means 10 is your square root of 100. Let me just erase this. So this was just like an introduction to what are square roots. I know that you already know, but we also have a little bit complicated square roots. Bring you 2 examples. Why they're complicated? Because how you can see, you cannot find an exact number that give you 18 or that give you 24. Let's start with 18. So what we're going to do in this case, well, tell me the numbers that multiply give you 18. What about 2 times 9 or 9 times 2? So how you can see here, you can also separate. One of these numbers have square root. So what we're gonna do? We just make this, because 2, like we don't have like an exact number to make 2 divided, like to make a square root. So, but 3, yes, because 3, if we make like do it, it will give us 3. So this was just an example. Like I don't know if you're gonna see this, but just to make you know some kind of different square roots. So, but the more important and the one that yes you need to know is the cut and try method. So what is this method? Basically, to find the square roots of irrational numbers. So the irrational numbers are not whole numbers. So how we're gonna do that? By looking and cut and try. So to try number per number until you get to the number more close. And this will not give you exact number. It's like a hypothesis, mathematically hypothesis, an educated guess. So how that works like that. So you're looking for the square root of 7. What are you gonna do? Very easy. So you know that, for example, um, 9 have square roots and it's 3 times 3. So you know that 7 is less than 9, so you go start from bottom. So I did this process and I'll explain it right now. So I first tried 2.1 squared, 2.1 times 2.1, and that gives me 4.41. So how you can see that's too less, so we do not need that. So now I try with 2.3 squared. That gives me 5.29. Still too less. So let's continue. 2.5 squared. This gives me 6.25. It's more closer, but we need a little bit more. Then I try 2.7 squared. That gives me 7.29. So that's too much. It goes more than 7. So finally I try with 2.6 squared and give me 6.76. So this is the most closer that we got. So how are we gonna know what to answer? By C, so our answer will be 6.7. So how you can see, that is an example of how you can use your count and try method. It's basically searching by yourself for the answer, and if that don't work, you just cross it out and continue like that until you get to the closest you can. And like that you will find your answer. So now we're gonna go to the other topic. So, our next topic is evaluation using clues or meanings. So, by clues or meanings, they refer to this sign. It looks a little bit tricky because you know, what that means. Well, it's basically saying this or this. You know, that it could be positive or negative. Don't think it so much again, and let's go. For example, if you have x squared is equal 4, like to your main term will come 2 because 2 times 2 is 4. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So we'll say x equals 2. But you cannot forget, what about if your x or 2 is negative? What about if your 2 is negative, it's not positive? So that's why they have this sign. Because if your 2, I'm going to do it here. If your 2 is negative, squared, what will it be? Well, it will be 4. And what happens is if it's positive, it will give you 4 too. So this one is good. So let's go to the next sample. X2, let me just erase this. So x2 equals 9, so we'll say 3. But what about if that is negative 3? What will give you? 9. Okay, and 3 squared give you 9 too. Well, it's good. Until now you see that everything is good, but you always need to make sure if your number is negative or positive. So that's why you need to use this sign, because you never know if it's positive or negative. But let's see to this one, the last one. So x3, so x3 equals 8. You'll say 2. But we know that if we use negative 2, we know that when we got the entire number in the variable, it will be changed. So for example, if we negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. There will be negative 8. So we know that x is positive 2. Because if x was negative 2, it will give me an answer of negative 8. And just by knowing that, we know that it's not, it's a positive. So a difference of this one, here we clearly can see that was a positive, but in this one we don't know because the two of them give us the exact answer. So that's the tricky one. So by explaining you that, now let's go to a problem. I don't know if I confuse you in this, but here you will get it and you will understand it better. So negative 2 squared. You will give me 4 plus negative 3 squared be 9 and square 4, the square root of 4 is 2. Because we don't know if this is positive or negative, so that's why we got that sign there. So let's continue working. 9 minus 4, we know that is 5. 2. So here, now, you will say, well, if I use if 2 is positive, I will get an answer of 7. And if 2 is negative, I will get an answer of 3. So here is where your answer will be written like that. 7, 3. Because you don't know which of this is the right answer, because it's in like yes or no. You're not totally like secure that it's negative or positive. So that's why our answer will be right like that. So this is your answer because it could be each of this. So saying this, this is your math lesson. I hope you like it. Any questions, just tell me, and always do your homework with loyalty, complete it, and have a great day.